God's story is our story. We are part of His story and not of our own. It really fascinates me how Jesus could do what He wanted, but He chose to submit under God's will. We're all loaded with gifts and abilities that God gave us. But if we only use it for our gain, we miss out on the fullness of God's plan. You see, my gifts, your gifts, are for the prosperity of the community. In the same way, we are created not to build our kingdom, but to build His kingdom. I love what Paul writes in Colossians 1 verse 16, where he says, "For in Him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through Him and for Him." We therefore know that our bodies belong to Christ. Our lives belong to Christ and the Lordship of what He is doing. Worship becomes a way of life, as Paul mentions in Romans 12 verse 1, that we give our bodies as a living sacrifice. And this now means that worship is not just something we do at church, but it's an act of life. A surrendered life to God's will and purpose brings us to discover what He's placed inside of us. And this abilities that we use leads to the wholeness of our community. In 2 Corinthians 9 verse 13, Paul writes, us using our gifts, sharing in what God has given us to the community, leads people to a place of praising God and encountering His love.